Come on, Cedric, it's time to watch Jupiter at night. What are you looking out the window for? No, it's over here on the monitor. No, it's not a large lizard. It used to be called a VDU. No, what are you talking about? I'm not saying you've got VD. Oh, I'll give up with you. It's Jupiter at night. Recorded in front of a live internet audience. Goody.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Jupiter at Night. My name is Chris.
And I'm Alan.
Hey there, Alan.
Hi, Chris.
Tonight's episode of Jupiter at Night is right out of the headlines. We're talking about PAX East, which happened this last weekend.
Video games.
Yeah, it was PAX East second year. They were there 2010, and we went to PAX West in 2010, so we're some PAX veterans here.
You know, no big deal.
Been a couple of times.
Had a media pass, got a little behind the scenes. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Oh, yeah. PAX is actually 4 years old, I believe. And this PAX was huge.
For 4 years old, they put on a good show for 4 years.
So this one was an entirely new venue that was about 1 to 2 times the size of the last venue, and they still managed to pack in. The official count right now is 69,500,000 attendees.
Yeah, they could use some discretion because those lines
500 employees, 69,500 employees or attendees.
Like when we went, you'd have to spend all day in line just to get into anything.
In fact, Zed is in our chat room right now, and Zed mentions that he was in line to get his hands on Star Wars: The Old Republic, or at least see some footage of it. He said it was a 5-hour line.
And if it was like it was over here, they had a pretty big size booth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it wasn't just like five.
Well, you remember the Duke Nukem Forever booth.
Well, that I understand because they go through like a little video and talk about it, and then they let like 20 people at a time at the most.
Yeah. Now, Alan, my favorite part also of PAX is, of course, the booth babes, as they're known. Because they always are generally dressed up as a video game character or characteress, as you might say.
Who doesn't like good-looking girls dressed up?
Well, do you remember last year?
Yeah.
I just might have the footage right here. I could possibly. I don't
if I
know.
remember correctly, you got some pictures
What's
with
this?
some
What's
babes.
this? I just happen to have this video right here in my Dropbox of me hanging out with PAX babes.
Those weren't even the good babes either.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, let me get the good ones here. Were these?
No, I mean, they were fine. Don't get me wrong, but
what about this one? Yeah.
You had the Need for Speed. Yeah, the Need for Speed because they were dressed more. But it seems like they're going a little more out on. On the PAX East.
Yeah, they were, I think because
we had a lot of cosplayers, but a lot of guys, and these seem like
these ones are more serious. Yeah, these are more professional level,
and that's pretty good. Is that Cammy from Street Fighter? Right?
I think so. I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know.
You're just agreeing with me.
No, it says something there about Street Fighter in the tag, so I'm thinking you might be right.
Boom.
I don't know, Alan. But so that's not really what PAX is all about. PAX isn't about the booth babes. It isn't about the lines. It's about video games.
Well, it's about everything because it's a whole.
Games. Come on.
I know, but it's not just about video games because you have to wait in line. You gotta. It's for me. It was more about the atmosphere and just going around and seeing everything.
That's fair.
But a lot of it was because you were seeing video game related stuff.
Now we got a lot of different games coming out really soon, and so you're getting a ton of the footage. I know it's getting nuts. One of them here is Portal 2, and there's a good 10-minute video up on Portal 2.
I didn't even know we were talking about this.
We got a 10-minute video.
I got this shirt at PAX.
They were
nice enough at the booth.
Oh, yeah, your Portal 2 shirt.
Portal 2 shirt.
That's cool, dude.
Yeah.
So just to recap, we already knew these things, but the official launch date is April 21st. And just a reminder that
was the 19th.
Oh, it says here the 21st.
Oh.
And just a reminder, well, it was pushed. And just a reminder, you can get it on the console. You're going to get it on the Mac. You can get it wherever you want, but the PC version is going to have a user-generated content aspect to it. You can create missions, but playable on the consoles. So I don't know how that works exactly since the consoles have their own isolated live networks and stuff.
I just hope that, if I buy it on the console, they're like, well, you did. So if you have the PC or a Mac, here's a code. At least for like half off or something. I mean, why buy it?
That might be, I might have heard something like if you buy the Steam version on PS3, you get the PC version or something like that. I don't remember exactly.
Well, that would make sense if you're doing Steam through PS3, but I don't know. Didn't know they did that.
I think it's new.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about this new MMO that's a first-person shooter. It's called...
yeah.
Yeah.
This thing looks pretty cool. Firefall.
Firefall.
I don't know, because it has that kind of cel-shaded look to it.
It does.
It kind of reminds me of Borderlands, but pulled back to a third-person perspective.
And it's more. It does have more MMO type like elements to it. It's got your classes. You've got creative choices. They only had Team Deathmatch on hands at PAX, so we don't know a lot of details about that other gameplay. But you're gonna have weapons you're gonna be able to buy via microtransactions, but it's gonna be a free-to-play MMO. So that's not bad.
A win right there.
Yeah. And it's being made by a company. I believe the company name is Red 5. So you can check them out, and we'll have a link in the show notes for information about that. But yeah, it looks pretty good. It's called Firefall, free to play, first person shooter MMO.
No, and it seems like you can customize some stuff. So that's always awesome and fun when you can make it your own.
Yeah, I mean a character. I really liked the RPG elements of Borderlands.
Oh yeah, that was great. But the fact that you couldn't upgrade your character as far as like the armor or the look of it or customize it at all, it was like.
Yeah, and this one it looks like there's going to be upgrade pass for your character look and stuff like that. And then you never know when they have that microtransaction aspect.
And that makes it worth paying for though.
It does, doesn't it? It does.
Like $5-10 for some badass armor.
Because you can buy that when you want it.
Yeah.
And you can play the game forever.
Oh yeah, I like that kind of stuff. I mean, since playing Champions, free to play.
Yeah.
That's how you get me playing.
Now, I know this next story is right up your alley because it's LA Noire, and there's a little bit of information coming out about the story aspect. Now, this is going to be a single-player only game.
Yep.
And they're saying that the single-player storyline is going to be about 25 to 30 hours of gameplay.
That's nice. And I always take that as kind of playing straight through.
Yeah.
Like when you sit around and enjoy it and really soak it in.
Right.
I can probably double that time.
Yeah, and if you're like me and you play it in batches at a time, that 30 hours is more like 30 months.
Yeah. But it's still, it's still at 30 hours just over the course of 2 years.
Yeah. So LA Noire, this is going to be a really cool, it's going to be out for the PlayStation 3 and for the Xbox 360 from Rockstar. And it takes place in like, how would you describe it? It's like a gangster world?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to think of like the timeline.
I think it's like the 40s and 50s.
And it's kind of got like that, old gangster prohibition feel to it.
A lot of it was things taken from actual headlines, so they're not just like making up some. They sometimes they had to make up endings, just because they just didn't have an ending to the story. But they would take stories from actual headlines.
So you mean the stories you're gonna play? Oh, I like that a lot.
Yeah,
that could be. So
there's some real stuff to it.
May 17th.
I'm so excited. I'm going to have just like so little time to play it before
you got to go.
I got to go.
I know. Now, one that we've got some footage of in the show notes.
Yes, I do.
We'll play a little bit of it right now just so you can get a glimpse of it, but it's Star Wars The Old Republic. There's tons of footage has been released, and the one we're linked to in the show notes is a 16-minute, really good example of how the voiceover interaction and dialogue is going to work in-game. A lot of the footage we've seen before PAX East has been trailer or pre-rendered footage.
To me, it seems like a Star Wars Mass Effect, which is, I'm sure people are just gaga over.
Yeah.
But it doesn't...
It does seem really Mass Effect-y, doesn't it?
It does not... The fact that it's so cartoony, but not... I don't know. I don't think I'm going to get behind this game.
Yeah, it does seem a bit slow. I'm definitely checking it out. I know a lot of people who play Star Trek Online are talking about checking this game out.
Yeah, that would make sense. Sci-fi. But, I didn't play the first one at all.
This isn't really related to it, though. You don't have to.
I know it's not related,
Star Wars
but
Galaxies.
it's in a similar vein of gameplay style. And I know a lot of people that just loved it to death, but it never really sparked my interest.
I think the buzz on this is a much more complete, much more BioWare-esque type game than Star Wars Galaxy was. So
now, see, I'd probably like it just because of the story.
Yeah.
But sometimes that's not enough to deal with that kind of gameplay. I'd rather just watch the story.
Well, yeah. I mean, their voiceovers could kind of be sort of like a narration. We'll see. I mean, we're going to definitely check it out. At least, some of us will be. And
someone will.
Decision there. But I'm with you, man. I remain to be totally excited about The Old Republic. And I think you and I are in the minority with our audience. I think our audience is really excited.
Yeah. I've heard nothing. Every time we talk about games, and they're like, oh, make sure to mention this new bit about Star... It's
exactly. Yeah, every time we do Lotso, it's like there's always somebody in there.
There's always someone wanting to talk about it.
Now, Zed in the chat room sent in some pictures, and these are fun because there's things like the Pokemon guy hanging from the ceiling and things like that.
Chris.
Pikachu, sorry. I wanted to show this shot because actually I thought this shot almost makes PAX look what it really is. It's a lot of regular people doing panels that are just, people like you and I who maybe are different at different stages in the industry. And we show a lot of the, we show the booth babes, we show the games, but the core fundamentals of a lot of the value at PAX are these sort of boring in a room panel discussions, right?
I guess I really didn't go to a lot of them because none of them really seemed to spark my interest.
Right.
But it seems like, especially if you want to get into the industry or if you're beginning in the industry, it seemed like it was really good for that.
I know,
that didn't really spark my interest because it's like, well, I'm not going to get that job.
The J-Man and I attended a panel of game writers, and I know that that was one of the main reasons he was there is because
that was one of the ones I was thinking about going to, but then we had the Vindicta, so didn't do it.
So Zed sent in some of these shots in the IRC chat room, and I just wanted to say thanks to Zed. Here's a good shot that he sent in that I thought this is like one of their open convention areas, and it gives you an idea of just how crowded it is. I mean, look at that.
That looks about the same as what we were dealing with, if not. I don't know. I thought
maybe
we had
even a little less crowded than we dealt with. Yeah, I agree.
There's some
with
gaps there.
Yeah, there was some breathing room there.
That might have been early in the day or something, or during lunch.
Yeah, but it looks like a fun event. And here's the best part, dude: is we don't have to sit it out because PAX Prime, which is the one they call on the West Coast because it was the first PAX. PAX Prime for 2011 is August 26th to the 28th.
I'll be able to go.
We're totally going. We're totally going.
I'm so excited. I think I might actually sit in some lines and get some real footage this time. Because before it was just like, oh my God, what is going on?
Right.
Like, let's just walk around. I just want to see everything.
Mm-hmm. Well, here's the little secret
I didn't really play anything.
Here's a little secret about PAX, in that and I didn't get to, because I think I had like a funeral to attend, but I did.
Yes.
But they have at Saturdays, or at least last year on Saturdays, there's an exclusive press
and that was
window.
Amazing.
It's like only an hour though, right?
Short. We were short of running around.
It was only an hour?
Only an hour.
So you get 1 hour, the press get exclusive access to the show floor.
And even then it was funny. We tried to play Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, like the multiplayer. No, there was no line, but they're like, well, you need more players. And it's like, you need at least like 5 other people. And it's like, well, can't we just play against each other? Come on, it's just like, dude. I don't care. Like, we can have just dead people, just like, the controllers. Yeah, you just want
to get your hands on it.
I just want to get my hands on it and get a feel for it, and they wouldn't let us do it. And it was like, screw you, booth babes.
Totally.
I'm out of here.
So we've got links to some of Zed's pictures. We've got links to the booth babes, and there's also probably about 5 or 10 other games we didn't cover, including some Sony announcing the Free Realms MMO is coming to the PlayStation 3. Information about Tribes has been officially unveiled. All that stuff's in there, including this dancing Trekkie.
Yeah, something to give you guys hope. All you Treksters out there.
You know what he's doing,
Can you dance
right?
like this guy? He's probably playing Dance Central or something.
He's playing Connect, yeah. And look at the guy with the Batman shirt on behind him. He's also going.
Yeah, but he's not even... Look at that. The Star Trek guy's into it. The other guy's trying to, like, I don't know about this.
He's got, like, a brush hanging from him?
See, good for him. He doesn't care. He's like, this is fun. I'm going for it. I got this.
Well, I mean, when you've already made the commitment to wear the Star Trek uniform, you're already putting yourself out there.
True.
I like how the camera guy swung over because there was a babe over there for a second.
Was there?
Like, yeah.
Girls.
So anyways, that is actually a hilarious video that's been going around the net. It's already got 21,000 views. If you want to check that one out, you can too. All right. I think that just about wraps up tonight's episode of Jupiter Night. Now, there's a ton more stuff about PAX.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, there's too much to talk about.
We might just wrap it up in a future episode a lot, so stay tuned for further PAX coverage. Now, coming up later in this week, we've got on Thursday is St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah,
now,
I probably won't be here.
I don't know what
we're going to be drinking.
I don't know exactly what we're doing, but I'm hoping we have Guinness. I don't know what it's going to... Oh, the J-Man can't drink Guinness, though. But John can.
Either can I. I can't drink beer.
John can. So John and I will, if
beer,
John's here, he
so
and I will be
good.
drinking a Guinness on Thursday. And then tomorrow is going to be a really exciting episode. We're going to have a special guest host who's going to come on and tell us all kinds of stuff about space.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this one. So I think you guys are really going to like this week. It's going to be a good one. Okay, everyone. Alan, we should mention. Jupiter at Night is live over at jblive.tv Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 8 p.m. Pacific. And you can convert that into your time zone.
Figure it out yourself.
Over at Jupiter
You're
Broadcasting.
the one in the different time zone.
No, I got a link for him.
Yeah, figure it out in the link that Chris so nicely provided.
Which is at jupiterbroadcasting.com/calendar.
Boom.
There you go. All right, now I can do it. Thanks so much, everyone, for watching tonight's episode of Jupiter at Night, and we'll see you tomorrow night.